Welcome to my channel. Today I'm gonna be doing this halo glitter eye. I'm just starting off with my regular CC cream from Lumine, although I saw a reel and I think it's pronounced Lumine or something like that. It's Finnish. But anyway, I'm going in with my CC cream on this. It's almost like a kabuki brush. It's a new brush that I bought from Real Techniques. If you have seen my recent haul video, then you know that I bought this. I didn't really get to properly test it and use it, and so I thought I would use it for this video. And I do love really dense brushes, or in general, I like dense brushes for like complexion products such as foundation and the sort. But this one is like super dense, and I feel like it almost, you know how your beauty sponge or your makeup sponge will usually kind of eat some of your product? I definitely felt the same way about this brush, but I think it's also because of my technique, and so that can improve, I'm sure. Next, I'm going in with my concealer. I'm first going in with that warm concealer from It Cosmetics. I'm placing it in the areas where I'm kind of blue/purple because I'm trying to correct that. And then I'm going in later with a brightening concealer from Essence. This one is much drier than the It Cosmetics one, by the way. And because it's been open for a while, it keeps getting drier and drier. So I'm also running out soon, I think. But just be aware of that. If you buy that concealer, I wouldn't necessarily recommend it, but I did buy it because it was so light and I just wanted to try it. And I think I'm gonna go back to another Essence concealer that I actually kind of like, and I like that it's so cheap too, but maybe it's also time that I try another concealer. But if you have any concealers that you would suggest that I try, or if you have just questions in general, you're very welcome to put them below in the comments section. Then I'm going in with this kind of concealer stick or something like that, like a cover stick from Essence as well, just to cover my acne, and I swear that one has lasted me an eternity. Now usually I don't bother to cover up my acne much or like my pimples or anything, because usually I just wear makeup for real life, and then I feel like, okay, people are just gonna see me one time, it doesn't really matter. And I kind of like that it's not too perfect, like my makeup and my face is not too perfect. I don't know if that's weird, but I kind of like that sometimes. I enjoy that look. But recently, because I've been filming a lot and, you know, I see my face a lot and edit a lot and do videos a lot, then I'm just, I don't know, I'm kind of going back to covering them up again. But anyway, I'm taking the brush I usually use to blend in my CC cream. I'm using it to dip into the Kaya Cosmetics blush. This blush is actually a lot more soft than I thought it was when I did my first impressions. I really like it, but sometimes I wish it would have a bit more pigment, to be honest. But I think maybe it's also the, you know, you get different results with different brushes, so yeah. I wanted to include this footage of just me blending the blush because, blush. Love me some blush. Now I'm dipping in with my old Real Techniques brush. That's kind of like the one I was just using, only this one is older and it's denser, which I prefer. Definitely prefer that. And then I'm just contouring my face. I have been basically using that contour stick from Kaya Cosmetics every single time I do my makeup, or almost every single time. At least in the beginning I wasn't using it as much, but now I'm like, need some dimension in my face, so I actually use it quite a lot. And while it's not like the perfect product, it's really, really good. Like I still wish it would be a bit more gray, but for the average user, it's definitely cool toned enough. I lean cool and I'm super fair, so I do need a bit more gray and a bit more of that cool undertone especially in my what's it called? in my contour products. Been loving it a lot, especially to like carve out my cheeks, because I do have pretty good cheekbones, I would say, and that contour stick just really helps to emphasize them. But yeah, then I'm just taking the same brush that I used for the CC cream and blending that contour under the jawline a little bit better, although later on you will realize that I actually could have blended a little bit more, but oh well. I also like to, with whatever is left on the brush, not just blend out certain areas, but also add a little bit of that CC cream like on my neck and kind of behind my ears, just in case I wear my hair up. I'm just going in with the e.l.f. Halo Glow setting powder under my eyes because I like my under eyes to not be too dry, so that one really helps with that. And then I went in with a Gosh setting powder, a translucent setting powder from Gosh on the rest of the face. Didn't want to use that Halo Glow all over because my CC cream is quite shiny, I would say, so I didn't want to add to the shine. I will use a dewy looking setting spray, so I didn't want to do that. Now I'm taking this, well, it's not a brow gel, it's actually a brow mascara from, I believe, Rival de Loop, something like that. I'm not too familiar with the brand and also not too familiar with this brow mascara, but I do use it as a brow gel and so far I'm liking it. Just to make sure that my brows stay in place, I also sometimes use a brow wax instead. Anyway, I can't really see what I'm doing when I do my lips. Meaning, if I'm not wearing my glasses, I cannot see that well. And when you're doing something like lips, even though I like a softer, almost like slightly blurred out look, the lip line still needs to be at least somewhat precise, and I just have a hard time doing that without my glasses on. And then my little trick here is to actually use the same shade that I used on my eyebrows. By the way, I'm using a new one, the espresso shade, but it's the same micro brow pencil as always. But anyway, I'm using that underneath my lower lip just to contour a tiny bit. Now I'm just putting the Dior dupe, the L'Oreal, what's it called, Plump Ambition, something like that, the lip oil on my lips. And now I'm getting into the eyeshadow look, or the eyes, and my camera cut off. Put which eyeshadow I'm using where and with which brush. Then I'm just going in and darkening the kind of halo eye on the outer corners. It's more like a liner, almost like a thick, soft eyeliner. So I'm just darkening that up and creating more of that halo effect. And then later I'm going in with one of my new NYX glitters. But in case you didn't see, the two palettes that I'm using for the eyes are one of my favorites. It's my Vice Art palette. And then the other one is the NYX Ultimate Vintage Jean Baby. I think that's what it's called. It's a really long name, but that's what I'm using on the eyes. I'm going in with the lightest glitter, and I don't know, even though they're super pigmented, they're a bit hard to work with sometimes because I have a tendency to pick up too much or put too much pressure, and so it makes a little dent. And then now that I was picking it up with a brush, I had way too much pigment on my brush, or like way too much glitter, to the point where it was just falling everywhere. So yeah, don't do that. I'm a bit annoyed with that, but anyway. Now I'm just using that white shade again in the inner corners because I felt like I already have a lot going on with the glitter on the eyelid. Going in with the gel eyeliner from Maybelline. You can do whichever color you prefer, but I only have this gel eyeliner in the color Deep Teal, I believe, so I'm just doing that kind of in the outer half or outer third of my waterline, but on the top lash. Then I'm going in with my waterproof setting powder. I'm just letting that bake, doing the eyeshadow on the bottom. Now I'm using the Alchemist palette by Kat Von D or KVD. And I'm just, if I remember correctly, I'm using the pink shimmer in kind of in the inner corner, but still in the bottom lash line. And then I'm mimicking what I did with the eyeshadow on the bottom lash as well. So I'm taking that pink all over, darkening up the outer third with the brown eyeshadows. My next little trick, if you have hooded or maybe just slightly hooded eyes, it might be a good idea for you to, just like I'm doing now, to place your glitter on your crease or even beyond that. You make sure that it will always be visible. Now I'm just putting on highlighter and then deciding that I wanted to do it with a brush. So I'm wearing my Harry Potter hoodie and using one of my Harry Potter brushes. But yeah, that hoodie, by the way, it's so soft. I almost wear it every day at home if I'm cold because it's so soft, and I practically live in it, you know, and I just love it. Now I'm just going in with my Maybelline waterproof mascara. It's getting really, really dry, and so it's a bit hard to work with now. Although maybe 2 months back it was perfect because it was a bit more dry but not too dry. It also helps with mascara not transferring, which is nice. But anyway, I did use the Kaya Cosmetics waterproof mascara, although I would definitely not call it a waterproof mascara, like even close. But anyway, I put that in the inner corner of my top lashes because that's the only place where it kind of works on me. And then of course taking the gel eyeliner to place that in the waterline, but again only on the outer third. And then going in with my Kaya Dewy Glow setting spray. I believe it's called Dewy Glow or that Dewy setting spray, something like that. But going in with that, recently I have been so annoyed with my lighting, or not just recently. I'm trying to fix it and also trying to fix the background. In general, I'm trying to fix everything except the camera. The camera works very well. It looked way better with the ring light still on, and I wish that I had kept it on. Now you can see what my makeup looks like without those crazy bright lights. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Mwah.